Today we're going to cover how to set up your machine for the first time using Siteworks Machine Guidance. To do this, we'll need to make sure we have the correct licensing to unlock the Machine Guidance module, along with using the latest version of Siteworks, version 1.60. To start this process, select the machine icon under the Measure Mode menu, and this will bring us to our next page, the Machine Guidance Settings page. Now to set up a machine for the first time, we'll select the drop-down menu for Machine and click Add New Machine. This will bring us to the next page, the Machine Definition page. Here we'll enter in some basic information, such as the machine name, whether or not we're using a quick coupler, which side of the stick we have our receiver mounted on, and along with some basic measurements for the actual calibration. The screen can also guide us through our measure up process by utilizing those question marks on the right side of the screen. If we select the bracket bolt to pivot point question mark, it'll pull up a nice diagram to show us our measurement points directly. These graphics are super handy and will show us exactly where we need to take our measurements at. Looking here, we can see we're just taking our vertical distance between the bottom bolt hole of our bracket and our pivot point. I will note this measurement needs to be taken as parallel to the center line of our stick as possible for the most accurate results. Our next measurement, the receiver bracket to center line, is the distance between the welded on faceplate and the center of our stick. Now this measurement can be kind of awkward to take, so rather than measure from the center of the stick to the faceplate, we can measure the width of the stick, divide that by 2, and then add the width of the faceplate itself, which will be just under 1 centimeter. We can see the exact values here on the screen. The next step is to set the sensor mount location. Now you should get the same performance on either side, but we would recommend mounting it on a side to which the operator has full visibility to avoid any unnecessary damages. Now that we got all the above information filled out, it's time to connect to our Bluetooth to CAN adapter. We could do this by selecting the black plus sign on the device name field, and this should pull up another screen scanning for the Bluetooth devices in the area. By default, we should see CAN BLE TRM with the default pin of 0000 pull up on the screen. If we never see our Bluetooth CAN adapter pull up, there's a few steps we can take to troubleshoot. The first step would be to check our Siteworks Machine Guidance power switch to ensure that it's actually powered on, because up until this point, we haven't had to have anything turned on in the system, so this is an easy step to overlook. The next step is to test the cabling at the Bluetooth to CAN adapter to ensure there is machine power getting delivered to the adapter itself. In the third step, we'll unplug the Bluetooth to CAN adapter from the machine for 30 seconds and then plug it back in. So this can realistically be done at the same time as the second step when we unplug the Bluetooth to CAN adapter to check for machine power at the cabling. Once we've successfully added and connected to the Bluetooth to CAN adapter, we'll be brought back to the Machine Guidance settings page. Looking at the top of the screen here, we can see we are now connected to the machine. It's important to note this step has to be completed before continuing on with the rest of the process. I'll also note that everything we've done up until this point has been stored in a machine configuration file on the display. That way, if we need to change the display for whatever reason, we don't necessarily have to repeat the measure up process for the machine.